Hello guys, good evening. I'm going to make a video presentation about uh, continuation about my last video, and this is about finding the amount of cargo the ship can load when limited by load line restriction. Meaning, with the load line restrictions or regulations, how much are we going to load uh, in our vessel? So let's start, guys. Uh, this this is the title of the program: Finding the amount of cargo the ship can load when limited by load line regulations. So these are the load line regulations. Just read this one, guys, and we'll just walk straight to the problem, which is example of 5.1. Says here a mini bulker. This is a for hold vessel was ordered to load full to her mark at port located in a summer zone, meaning the loading port is in a summer zone and her summer displacement is 75. The summer displacement of the vessel mini bulker, the displacement of 7573 metric tons corresponds to the saltwater drop of 6.018 meters and the TPC of 14.57 tons per cubic centimeters, and our light displacement or light ship is 1771 metric tons. Remaining cargo on board on departure from loading port are as follows. So these are the ROBs, guys. FO 350, DO 69, LO 7, freshwater 152, ballast nil, and constant is 95. And throughout her voyage, her drop is limited only by summer load line. So throughout her voyage, his drop should be within the summer load line, which is 6.18, which is this one, guys, 6.18, 6.018. Okay, fine. The quantity of cargo to load or the maximum cargo to load. The maximum permissible drop if she is floating in a water density of 1.008 tons per cubic meter. Meaning, what will be her drop, departure drop, when the density in the local port or the loading port is 1.008. So when she floats in this density, what will be her draft, her departure draft? Her draft if she is floating in seawater density. So when she is in the open sea, what will be her draft when she is floating in salt water of 1.025? And number 4, if she is about to complete loading and floating in a draft of 5.90 meters in water density of 1.008, find the quantity of cargo remaining to load. Okay. So number 4, guys, what is meant here is that when the local density of the port or the loading port is 1.008. Now, when the vessel is about to finish loading and reaches the draft of 5.90 meters, the foreman or will stop the vessel and ask the chief officer to make a draft survey. The chief officer and the draft surveyor will make a draft survey around the vessel so they can compute how much remaining cargo to load for departure. So that is what it meant here. And the density being used here is the local density of 1.008. Okay, this is now the solution. Determine the governing zone. So the governing zone is summer zone. So the loading port is within the summer zone. Number 2, know the drop and displacement of governing zone. Since her drop is limited by the zone at the start of the voyage, then she must be within the limit on departure from the loading port. So what is the summer zone? What is her drop in summer zone? Her drop is in salt water of summer zone is 6.018 and the displacement is 7573 and the TPC is 1457. So let's check this one, guys, and if it is correct. So we go now to the capacity table. This is the load line of the vessel, and according we are in a summer zone, so look for summer. This is your summer, and this drop is summer drop is 6.018 and the displacement is 7573. And let's check, guys. Drop is 6.018. I'm sorry, 6.018 here, and displacement should be 7573. Displacement is 7573, and the TPC will be 14.57. We'll check it later, guys. Okay, then we go here. So with this program of trimming, with this program of how to find trim when handling super moderate weights. Okay, so this is the program I used. Now, according to the problem, the vessel will stop at a drop of 5.90. So at 5.90, the foreman will start loading and ask the chief officer and the drop surveyor to make a drop reading around the vessel. So let's say both agreed that forward will be 5.90 and out drop will be 5.90, and the mid drop, the actual mid drop on port side is 5.90, for example, and your starboard mid drop is 5.90. No list and no trim. Okay, so the LCF, the TPC is 14.48. So what is the TPC? Check the TPC here. 14, it should be 1457. Okay, this is TPC. The TPC here is this is a dock water of 1.008. Okay, and so, and our departure drop should be, our summer departure drop is 1.0018. So how much would this be if she is floating in a density of 1.008? Okay, that is what it means, number 2. So according to the solution here, we go first for number 3. So this, find the quantity of cargo that can be lifted, meaning how much are the non-cargo weights. We have the fuel here, diesel, lube oil, fresh water, ballast, and constant. You add this all together, so your non-cargo weights is 673. That will be your non-cargo weights, or remaining weights on board. Okay, so your displacement of summer drop is 6.018, which is this one, 6.018. Summer drop is 6.018, okay. And your displacement is 7573. Check again. You have your 7573 displacement of summer drop, okay. Then you less it with your light displacement or your light shift. Your light shift is this one. So light shift is 1771, and this will be your light shift. Light shift 1771. So less it with your displacement, then you will have your dead weight of 5802 minus your non-cargo weight or your ROB or weights on board, which is 673, which is this one. Then you less this one with your dead weight, then you will have your maximum cargo to load. This will be your maximum cargo to load of 5129, or the answer is loadable cargo is 5129, which is this one, guys. Maximum Percival drop, she is floating, her drop is floating, or the quantity of cargo to load, this is number 1, okay. The maximum Percival drop if she is floating in a water density of 1.008. We will go to that later. Her drop if she is floating in a water density of 1.025. So your salt water density is this one, guys. 6.018. That is your summer. This will be your departure if you are floating in a seawater, or 1.025, but at port you are floating in 1. So you convert the displacement of 7573 to dock water, to local density. So this is now find the departure drop of dock water density. The formula is actual displacement, which is your actual displacement of 7573, which is the salt water or the drop of 0.018, times your constant of 1.025 over your dock water density of 1.018, which is this one, guys. 1.018. This one. 1.018, okay. Then you will have a displacement of dock water in 1.008, that will be 701 metric tons. Look, guys, when you are floating in summer or salt water, the drop here is less. When you go to a density of lower, which is 1608, you have more weight here of 7701. When in seawater you have less, 7573. Take note of that. Now, the departure displacement of the vessel at berth, in a local berth with a density of 1.008, the departure drop of dock water will be 6.016, okay. So this is how you get the drop, departure drop, when you are floating in 1.008. So just take note of this formula, guys. But then I still have my own formula. I make an Excel. So from salt water to dock water, okay. So take note that the summer displacement was 7573, which is this one. And take note of the density, local density is 1.008, okay. Then the corresponding drop of the summer drop or summer displacement is 1.08, and our local density water is 1.008, and the salt water constant of salt water is 1.025. This, guys, this is the same formula that we have here. This formula is the same. You have your 7573 times 1.025 or 1.08, which is this one, guys. So 773 times 1.25 over 1.08, and the answer would be 7701, which is this one, guys. 7701, and the corresponding drop is 6.106. 7701, and the corresponding drop is 6.106. So I will show you how to get this 6.106. So you go to the hydrostatic table. You go to the hydrostatic table, this one. Then put the density. You look here for you look at the displacement, then you put a displacement. What is the displacement? Displacement is 7701, okay, of the water. 7701. You put here 7701, and your drop will be 6.016, and your drop will be 6.016, and this is the same with this one, guys. 6.016, okay. So this will be your departure drop at port upon completion of loading in a density, local density of 1.008, okay. Then the next question was, if she is about to complete loading and floating at a drop of 5.090 and water density of 1.008, find the quantity cargo remaining to load. Okay. Now, guys, take note here. I will go to form number 6, small weights, which is how to find trim when handling several moderate weights. Okay. Now, a while ago, I said that the foreman has stopped the loading once you reach the drop of 5.90, forward up, and shipmate and the drop survey agreed that they have even keel, and the drop was 5.90 forward and up with mid starboard and mid port of 5.90, and that will be his drop, okay. But our departure drop is 6.106, which is this one, guys. 6.106, this one, because we already computed it from salt water to dark water, and our departure drop will be 6.106, okay. So with that drop, you put here 6.106, 6.106, and your sinkage will be 0.26, okay. You got here 0.26. Sinkage is 0.26. With this formula of 6.106 minus 5.09, you will have a sinkage of 0.26. Okay, I will explain, guys. This is the sinkage of 0.206. So with your mid draft, you need, the vessel has to sink about 0.206 to reach the final mid of 6.106, okay. So the vessel has to load cargo of about 2.06 to reach 6.016, okay. And with this figure of 0.06, how much amount would that be in cargo. So you press this one, and this will be the formula to convert this figure into cargo. This is the formula K8, which is the sinkage, K and 8, multiplied by 100 times your M3, which is M3, which is your TPC. Okay. How to get this TPC is from your departure drop of 6.106. You get the interpolation of this departure drop. You interpolate the TPC, and this will be what you get of 14.64. Okay. So again, K8, which is your sinkage of 0.206, times 100 times your M3, which is your TPC of 14.64, and the value would be 301.68. Okay, that will be the remaining cargo. Okay, but look at what he has. His remaining cargo is, we have the same formula here, sinkage times TPC times 100, but his remaining cargo is 295. Why? Because he has the TPC, this TPC of 1464. He has already convert this one to by using this local density 1.008. So this is his formula of TPC times the quarter density, local density over 1.025, transpose of 14.57 times 1.008 over 1.025, and the TPC would be 14.328, which is this one, guys. 14.57. Okay, I have here 14.64. So how did you get the 14.57? Okay, it should be 14.64. Okay, 14.64. 14.64. This should be 14.64, but he put here 14.57. And the remaining cargo he has is 295. Okay, 295. But I got here 301. Okay, but I will continue with my figure. Okay, so my remaining cargo is 301.68. Just follow the arrow here. Then you put 301.68. 301.68. Once you put the figure, what will be the results once you put 301.68? So the mid drop will be 6.06, which is exactly the same with your final mid, and your sinkage is 0.206, which is the same with the sinkage here. So meaning I probably have the right figure here instead of this figure of 295. Okay, but we will go to that later. We just continue with my program here. So 301.68. Then it says here. Then go to trim holes 2. So I go to trim holes 2, which is trim 2 holes. And take note, guys, the remaining cargo to load is 301.68, which is this one, guys. Sorry. 301.68. Okay. So 301.68 here, and I put here 301.68. Okay. Then, assuming that there's no trim, I want no trim, how much would I load in hold number 1? Let's say hold number 1, I will load about 117.54. So I put here 117.54. Okay. So you just put this one so you will see it more clearly. Then we put here 2. Okay. So there, 117.54, and your hold number 4 will be 18414. Hold number 4 will be 18414. What will be your departure drop? The departure drop will be exactly 6.106. Forward and up will be 6.106. Your trim will be 0 and your main drop is 6.106. And here you will have a 0 deflection. So we go to the other program, which is how to find trim when handling several moderate weights. Then you scroll down. Here in hold number 1, you load 117.54, which is this one. And hold number 4 is 184.14, which is this one. And your departure drop would be forward it was 6.108 and up will be 6.108. You have 0 trim and your mean will be 1.08 and your deflection is 0. So take note guys, 6.10 here, 6.106 and 0 trim and main is 1. And you will see your by trim table. In trim table, your remaining card to load is 30108 68 30168. Okay, sorry, you got here 30168. Okay, you got here 30168. Then in hold number 1 you will load 117.5 and up will be 4 will be 184.1. So you apply the correction in hold number 1. Forward will be 18, up will be negative 1.5. In hold number 4, negative 0.4 and up will be 12. This part here is a solution by trimming table. Okay, and your final drop will be 6.10. Your up drop will be 6.10. Your main will be 6.10. Your mid is 6.10. Then you get the exact figure here. This one is another solution of your trim table without using this one, but it's all the same. So take note, in hold number 4 you have first to load the hold number 4, which is number 4. The quantity to load is 184.1. This is this one. The forward correction is negative 0.04 and up correction is 12. And hold after you finish loading hold number 4, this will be your drop. Forward will be 5.89 and 6.12 up. Then you load in hold number 1. The figure you're going to load in number 1 is 117.5. This is already run up. Forward correction is 18 and up correction is negative 1.5. Once you loaded this figure, your final drop will be 6.10 forward, up will be 6.10. Your trim is 0 and mean drop is 6.10. Okay guys, so this is you have 3 programs that you will compare. You have the trim table here, you have your 2 holds, trim 2 holds, and your what's this, form 6, which is 6.10. Okay, so let's see here guys. Now here she has another solution here, the alternative solution, but take note of this figure 295. Okay, we'll just put 295 for example. He says 295. Okay, 295. Okay, 295. It says 295. Okay, what happens if you put 295? Okay, you put here Okay. It says 295, okay? Remaining cargo to load. We put 295. So put here 295, 295. Then once you load 295, what will happen? Your mid drop will be 6.10. So it's a little less. Then your sinkage is 2.014 while you have the 2.06. Okay? Okay, we will just proceed, guys. Then we go to holes, trimming two holes, which is 295, 295. We have zero trim, what will be cargo forward, 11494. So we'll put here 11494, 114.94, and 4 will be 18006. What is 06, and departure drop will be the same, 1.06, 6.106, 6.106, zero trim, and main will be 1.06, and you have a zero deflection. On the other program, what will be departure drop? You have here 6.104, 6.104, zero trim, and 6.103, and you have a zero deflection, and the trim table you will also have 6.10, 6.10, and 6.10. What I would, for me, I would follow the program of what she has recommended, which is 301.68. Then you see, take note, you have here 206 here, 206, 6.106, 6.106, and the remaining cargo to load, number 1 would be 11754, 11754, 117.54. Number 4 will be 18414, 18414, and your departure drop would be 6.106, 6.106, zero trim, main is 6.106. Then your zero deflection here. And for number 6, your departure drop would be 6.108, 6.108, zero trim, and your main drop is 6.108. Then you will have a zero deflection here, and by trim table, you will have the same figure, 6.10, 6.10 here, and the same here. Okay? So, that's it, guys. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please click the like button, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Hi guys, I want to explain about this alternative in number 5, and it says here alternative solution to step number 5, meaning there's another solution how to get this remaining cargo to load, which has a amount of 295 tons. But and here's the alternative solution in step number 5. It says here salt water displacement of 595 is 7401. Okay, and displacement, this will be duck water, and he convert this one to salt water, which is 7278. Okay, we check this one, guys. I have a 7. Tap water is 79, is 74. How much? It says here 7401. So here 7401, and this is 5.9. 5.90. Check this one. 5.90. That will be 7401.5. That will be in dark water, which is dark water, and we have a density 1.08 and salt water 1.8. How much would this displacement if we convert it to salt water? Salt water would be 7278 or 7279. Got your 7278. Okay, there's 7278. That will be salt water. Since our departure displacement is 7573. Okay, so 7573 minus 7278, that will be 295. We'll check, guys. 7573 minus 7278, that will be 295. Okay, but I have another solution, and I will prove it. I will prove it why I get 301. Okay, so I start with this one, guys. Okay, now our departure summer drop departure is 6.018, which is this one. 6.08. This is our displacement or departure drop, or this one, guys. Summer would be displacement is drop will be 6.018, and the displacement is 67573. Okay, so what I did is, so this is 7573. So what will be his displacement if he's floating in 1.018? 1.008. Okay, so to convert this to dark water, his drop would be 1.016 and his displacement would be 7701. Is floating in 1.008. This is this one, guys. So you convert the displaced salt water drop of 1.008, which is this as displacement of 7573, which is 7573. What will be his displacement when she's floating in a density 1.608, and what will be his drop? And the solution to that, guys, is this one. So his drop when it's floating in 1.008 will be 7701, and 6.106 will be the drop. Okay, let's check. So the drop will be 7701 and 6.016. Okay, got here 6.016 and 7701. That will be dark water floating at density 1.008. Okay, I think that will be very clear. Now, what will be its displacement of 6.01? That will be its departure at berth. That will be departure at loading berth. Will be displacement will be 001. Okay. Now, according to the problem, that at the drop of at the loading port, when the drop reaches at 5.9, the chief officer and the surveyor will make a drop check around the vessel. And what would be the displacement of 5.90? The displacement of 5.90 in density 1.008, that would be, I'm sorry, 590, that will be here. Drop of 59.90, the displacement will 7401. So 7401. So deduct 7401 to 7701, that will be 300 metric tons. So with that, I got here the figure of, I got here the figure of 301. So it's almost the same, but the recommended remaining cargo to load would be 300 according to the what I have here. Should be 300, but in the problem that I have 301. So I would recommend that you load 301 to get the exact value of your mid drop of 6.106 and your sinkage of 2.06, which is this one. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope it is very clear to you, and again, please click the like button, share and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell, and have a good day.